Good morning, Village School, and welcome to today's live newscast.
Your newscasters are Caitlin from Miss Weiner, Miss Mancino's class.
And also Connor from Miss Weiner and Miss Mancino's class.
Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2009. It is day 5.
Our character education thought of the day is set a good example for others by following your teacher's directions.
And now for the weather, brought to you by WeatherBug. Today is expected to be beautiful and sunny. The current temperature is 54 degrees Fahrenheit. The high is expected to be 78 degrees Fahrenheit. The low this evening will be 48 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow is expected to be sunny and clear.
There will be outdoor recess. Today's lunch will be baked breaded chicken nuggets. At this time, please stand for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the
republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are honored to have Rutgers professor Mr. Scott Glenn as our special guest on our show today. Welcome, Mr. Glenn. Please tell us more about this exciting project.
Thanks for inviting me. This is one of the gliders that we have in the Rutgers fleet. We have about 20 of those. And so we brought one here to show you what it is. I know you've been following along with the glider that's flying across the Atlantic right now. This is an underwater robot. Robots in land look like humans, right? Robots that go in the water look a lot like smart fish or dolphins, right? And so this looks like a dolphin. And in the front, it has an engine. This is the engine that makes it go up and down. There's no propeller. So it pulls water in, and then it sinks, and then pushes the water out, and then it floats. As we move back, there's wings. The wings come off. You guys can put them on back if you want to. So we put the wings on there. When it sinks, it flies down. And when it comes up to the surface, it flies again. And that's what gives it the forward motion through the water. In the middle, it's got the payload bay. So this is where all the science centers. It's just like the shuttle. In the back is the communication tail. Every 6 hours or 8 hours or so, we come up to the surface, a bag inflates just like a life vest and pops this part, the tail, out of the water. It looks at its GPS location, just like in your car, and it phones home. It gives us a phone call, says where it is, it checks its email to see where it's going to go next, and continues on its mission after sending all its data. And so that's what the glider is that you're tracking on the Atlantic crossing. The difference is that it has a bigger payload bay, so we can put more and more batteries in it. This one here is designed for coastal work off New Jersey. The one that we built that's going across the Atlantic is built for long duration. It has many more batteries in it, and it uses the same amount of power as 3 Christmas tree lights. And so somehow our students had the job. They were given enough power to light 3 Christmas tree lights, and they had to build a robot that can fly all the way across the ocean, come up, communicate, figure out where it is along the way, survive through all those conditions, and send data back to help it get across. And so that's what we're trying to do. It's a very risky mission, but we hope we can make it, and we know one of your letters is on board, so that if we make it across, we'll be able to send it from whoever recovers it.
Here are a few questions our students submitted on our blog. How is it that the glider can travel all the way to Spain?
It uses very little power. So most of the time it's doing nothing. So it's a very lazy glider, right? It'll only use the power of those 3 Christmas lights, and so it'll go down and it'll sink, and the water will be pushed out, and that's the only time it uses power. And it comes up to the top. When it comes up to the top, it phones home. So the 2 things that cost a lot of power is this engine in the front and phoning home to us. So we try not to talk to it. We have little codes that we use so it doesn't talk too much. The next question.
What materials were used to make the glider?
There's a lot of different materials in here, and we have things like aluminum hulls for strength, and we have carbon fibers for the wings so that they are flexible and they can break. So they don't break. There's plastic for the tails, different electronics inside, and different kinds of batteries. And it's all coated to be very smooth so stuff doesn't grow on it. Next question.
How long does it get to Spain?
We think it's going to take us about 9 months to get across. So we launch in the spring and we try to make it there before Christmas. Before Christmas, everybody's going away on holidays and want to know that this thing is safe before that. And the weather gets really bad in the winter there. So we want to get it before Christmas.
Do you have to worry about ships crashing into the glider?
Oh yeah, I always have to worry about ships because there could be other things out there, and so that's why we try to stay below the ships. And we only come up to about 20 meters below the surface before we head back down. And the only time we come to the surface is for those short phone calls home to say I'm okay. Otherwise we stay away from the ships because the ships are much bigger than us and we wouldn't do too well.
Thanks again for taking the time to visit our show and share this exciting project with us.
Thanks for following along and thanks for your letter that's on board.
This is Caitlin signing off.
And Connor signing off.
Join us tomorrow for another edition of VES News.
Have a wonderous
Wednesday.
Wednesday. I said Monday again.